everyone. I need to figure out a better opening line than that, but welcome to Order of the Blue Lotus.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's hello, everyone. Definitely.
Hello!
Yeah.
Do you remember Maxwell Grover from college?
I was just about to say, it's the Max. Hello. I do that all the time. Hello!
Oh, goodness. Well, to everyone who's watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. We have an amazing episode in store. One of the more emotional episodes in Avatar, in my opinion. Just,
yeah, like I
feel bad for
the Southern Air Temple is definitely like one of the most emotional that we've had so far. And then this one's like close second.
That one's like
Still
traumatizing. Really, this one's more of, I feel sad for you.
Yeah, and then it's also just like, that explains a lot.
A whole lot.
So, a lot of story development here. Oh no, I'm gone.
There you are.
Oh, I came back.
I pressed the wrong button. We're going great, everyone. We already got Louise X Sparrow. Hello there. Shadow Cat. Hello. Is that a pterodactyl with horns? Because I love pterodactyls. That is a cool logo.
I see it.
Yes, but thank you guys for tuning in. And you know what? We are not alone here, Brandi.
No, we're not. I think we have some guests.
We do indeed. First off, we can introduce a guest from last week. We have the lovely Bree.
Hi, Zuko here. I haven't been thinking about that all day.
You look amazing!
I feel like it just has to be said, even though it's wrong. Nice Zuko costume, but your scar's on the wrong side.
Okay, it is on my left in real life. I forgot that the camera was going to flip it. So it is on the right one if you look at me in person. I was just dumb and forgot technology flips stuff.
It's the worst, isn't it?
I don't know how you do green screens, Katie. I don't know how you do it.
It's awful. I'm pointing with my right hand right now to my right, and it's just that's what they need to teach you in college. That's all of broadcast school is how to use a green screen. Oh, and apparently that is Lockheed the Dragon. And I think dragons, we'll get to those later on in season 3. plug. But we have someone who is on season 2 right now with Coco. Welcome, Coco.
Hello. Bambi here. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Oh, this is brilliant. Look at this stacked lineup. I love how
I know, it's pretty great.
It's great.
Hello.
And I can
this is going. It's going places.
It is. Oh, this is fantastic. And now we have the full panel here. We can dive straight into the episode. First off, I want to know, when this episode came out, Brandi, or I have to go back. Brandi, what would your description be for this episode?
We're
going to do it before the Netflix one, because yours have just been blowing them out of the water.
Okay, well, I feel like now just like the Netflix has like no chance to stand whatsoever.
Really
so true. Mine. Aang comes to grips with running away from his responsibilities 100 years ago, while the crew of Zuko's ship learn why he needs to find the Avatar.
Very nice.
Pretty solid.
Would you like to compare it to Netflix?
I mean, I think we already know the answer, but...
When Aang, Katara, and Sokka find themselves broke, Katara urges Sokka to take a fishing job, but the plan goes awry when the angler recognizes Aang. Nothing to do with the meat of the episode.
I'm gonna fight that really hard, because Katara doesn't even like force Sokka. Like, she just says it like as like a joke, like, maybe you should get a job. And then like that was gonna be the like that was gonna be the end of it. And then just so happened, like, convenient fisherman needs to hire somebody, and Sokka's just like, okay, I'll go do it. And then Sokka is just like eager enough to go do it that like when Katara and Aang are like, you're gonna go do what? He's like, what? You said get a job.
The man took it literally.
He did, and that's all right, but Katara did not force him into getting that job.
And not to mention, it just ignores the massive Zuko story.
That doesn't matter.
I feel like Netflix always ignores the B plot, but I would almost say that in this episode, like, there is no B plot. Like, there's plot A, and well, no, I was just about to say there's plot A and plot B. There's plot A1 and plot A2. Like, that's
It's true. They split it up pretty evenly. Even like the pictures that I pulled so we can talk about them, it's a 50-50 divide. So
like, Go ahead.
I would almost argue that Zuko's B plot is like more important than Aang's in a way.
I would say that when I think about this episode, I definitely do think about Zuko's side of the episode more than what Aang's is. But I mean, I think it's still important, and it still like clears up a lot about kind of like what his emotions about being the Avatar are or was. So I think that it does a lot. It's a great episode, guys.
Yeah. It's exactly what an expositional episode should be. You aren't bored and you're like just emotionally attached. Also, we have a ton of people in the comments section already. Babylon 5 weather patterns. I haven't seen Babylon 5. That's on my list next to Stargate and Battlestar Galactica.
Wait, you've never seen Battlestar Galactica?
I've never seen Firefly either.
I mean,
let me just walk off.
I'm shook.
I mean, I've seen Dark Matter, so
I'm just gonna jump in and say, like, I am bagsing you for Stargate watch through. Okay, that's happening.
Yes, I'll tell you, we could get Joe. We could totally get Joe to do that.
Totally.
Now that Dark Matter Monday's over.
I'm up for that.
I'll definitely have to watch it because fandom forecasts are coming out, and apparently there's a new He-Man and Transformers Kingdom. So boom, more content. And Rapunzel has a facepalm for the lack of Zuko in the description, or just because of the chaos. So, the Great Merman, one of the greatest names that can pop up on a YouTube channel. Guys, eat down for a long weekend. Might take a little longer than that, but okay. I did binge Star Trek Voyager in like 7 days. So, yes,
nice.
But yes, we have so many fandoms and they're random, so we can keep on talking about those and maybe have a series pop up on the channel. We always need more content, right, guys?
Oh, sure. It's not like we're struggling to do this one already.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It's the universe that's against us at this point.
I thought that I was going to have to cancel today.
No!
I was getting ready to leave. I was getting ready to leave work, and like thing after thing after thing kept happening. And I was just like, do I need to stay? And my boss was like, just leave.
Just walk away. Walk away. Pull an Aang. Just walk away.
Okay, you guys keep coming. You guys keep doing this, and that's what's important.
Well, you're the one that's showing up in full costume, so
exactly.
I mean,
and
it's
all
really
of the viewers.
just stuff I have lying around.
Oh, please don't flex.
You're just natural. You still have to watch Babylon 5, or we have to send the ball run. I don't understand the reference, but I'll get it eventually. Oh my gosh! But yes, so this episode, it starts out with arguably a nightmare-inducing nightmare, and you get to see Ghost Gyatso.
His nightmare isn't bad. Like,
it's
I mean, giant Momo.
True.
I know, but like what we see later on in season 3, like nothing compares.
That's screwed up.
Nothing
now,
compares.
Coco, are you on a rewatch or are you like first time viewing it?
First time viewing it.
Oh, you're in such a treat.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. There's one where you're thinking.
To see Momo say some pretty vulgar things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as vulgar as they can get in a
Momo has
show.
a mouth.
Momo. Bad Momo.
Yes, yes, they're depressing and scary, so be prepared. Have some candy. But this one, it gives you the hint. First off, the episode's title is The Storm, and then immediately, storm in your face. This episode really wasn't so subtle with the use of storm. It's 3 different ways. The storm, the actual one, the storm of emotions that Aang feels, and the storm of rage that Zuko has.
Yeah, but then also the storm that Aang has like 100 years ago that forces him into the ice board.
There's 4!
4 of them, baby.
But we get to see Aang actually having a nightmare, which how many kids shows, like, do you guys know of any kids shows that actually show nightmares? Because that's
put me on the spot. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, I feel
like off the top of your head, like you think Avatar, do they have nightmares? Yeah, but like Rugrats or
I don't know. I mean,
Danny Phantom.
I can think of kids' movies that gave me nightmares.
Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Totally Thomas.
The Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's the bit where it goes into the swamp and the horse isn't moving, and I'm like, Why? This is a kid's movie. Why would you do that?
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah. And that's why I say this show isn't necessarily a kid's show, like purely a kid's show, because this has tone, like dark undertones that adults can appreciate.
I think you find that in like weirdly that makes a good TV show because you're not totally talking down to the kids. You're making it accessible to all ages. Because I find that it's the same with Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Oh. It's technically a kid's show.
She's speaking to my heart. She's speaking to my heart.
Yeah, it's technically a kid's show, but there's stuff in it, and you're like, "Whoa, this is deep," you know. So
it helps me later on in life too. Yeah. Quality show. Oh, it looks like you aren't alone there. We go with
hey.
Yep, that and Ghostbusters. I can see that. I can totally see that. I wasn't allowed to watch Ghostbusters until I was in like college, so sheltered. Right
there.
But you know that. Oh, well, we skipped ahead to there you go. Forget you saw that. To the new person who just logged on, you didn't see anything. But we get to see, you know, Aang. They're realizing they're broke. They have to go to a village. Blah blah blah. Then we get to our 2A story, as they're calling it.
Sure.
Or my
you can call it B story. That's all right. That's gonna be easier. I almost did it after I said that it wasn't.
Story.
The Zuko story.
We got the Zuko story. I just put this in here because I'm so glad that they brought up that you can smell a storm coming because you actually can.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I can smell when it's going to rain. So
yes, it's like universally understood weather phenomenon known as petrichor. It's just
I love that name.
Yes, petrichor. It's so regal, and it actually helps with fighting depression and anxiety. So you can go out and smell dirt, and it'll make you happy. That's from a scientist, guys.
I just walk out like before it rains and just go.
Yeah.
And like the neighbor next to me is like, okay, so I just walk back in.
Really funny that you say that. Sorry for anyone who's just here for the Avatar content, but we're here for the sidetracks too. So I went out on my back deck, and my neighbors are on either side, and they were both outdoors. I didn't realize it, and I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, "Mom, check out this storm. We got a roll cloud, we got Mattis clouds, we got this and this." And then I hang up with her. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go and check the radar." Hang up, and then you just hear the other neighbor go, "You really like the weather, don't you?" And I'm like. Oh, right, I haven't introduced myself. So I was like, hi, yes, meteorologist TV, hi. They were like, oh, I was like, yeah, this is and I'm like in like sweatpants, a long sleeve shirt, my hair's all messed up, and they're just like, oh, yeah, peek behind the curtain of reality, guys, it's not pretty. No. But yes, that was a little aside about the neighbors thinking you're weird with the weather. You aren't alone, Coco. But yeah, so we get to see pretty quickly that, yes, they're still on the trail of the Avatar. Wait, there we go. We get... This computer is going to be the death of me. But we get to see, you know, Zuko still very intently looking along the horizon for a giant sky bison.
Our boy be plotting.
Probably ain't even there. And he just got Iroh sniffing. But it sets up that pretty early on, unlike the Great Divide, there will be 2 plot lines. Do you guys have a preferred plot line? Do you prefer the Zuko story or the Aang story? We kind of touched on it earlier, but
I prefer the Zuko one.
I have to agree. Yeah, I think for me, it just because from the start, because obviously this is my first watch through, and I was like, when I saw Zuko, and I was like, I don't completely hate him. Like, yeah, he's annoying. But I'm like, oh, there's like this. I feel like there's a side to him. Like, there's a reason he's the way he is. Mm-hmm. And so when we got to this, I was like, it progressed. I was like, finally, I get to find out what's going on. And I was like, this is the content I'm here for.
Yes.
I also think, like, from the beginning of, like, the series, we kind of already know that Aang doesn't want to be the Avatar. And that's kind of more of, like, an understandable feeling. Because it's like, he's just 12. He's just a kid. He doesn't want to go out and like fight in this war. And then we don't know anything about Zuko. So like, yeah, the Aang plot does a lot for Aang's character, but I feel like the Zuko one is the more like important story from this episode.
I tend to agree.
Sorry. No. I was just gonna say, like, I really like Zuko's story in this. I think that it does a lot, and then like you can even see through the later seasons as you watch through how everything's connecting. And I love stories that do that. But I was kind of thinking about this earlier today in like the series in general. And so much of the fandom is always just like, oh, Zuko. And I feel like a lot of times Aang's story, even though he's the main character, why are you laughing? What did I do?
No, I'm just the fan art that I've seen cannot be unseen, and it's all
I was like, what did I say now?
He has a few more years.
Psychotic break of Katie.
It's just he has a few more years on Aang, so people think it's more acceptable to make that kind of art.
Anyways, I think that a lot of times, like, the whole fandom is like, oh, Zuko's character arc is so good, and his redemption arc is just so great, and then like we tend to like focus so much on Zuko that we forget that like even Aang has like this great story and development, and he's really grown into what an avatar should be, or at least he's grown into the best avatar that he can be, what's best for the world right now. And so I feel like this episode does it exactly again. Like, here we are, we're all like, oh, we really love Zuko's story, but at the same time, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, Aang's story was still really good. Like, it was still really neat. Like, you got to see like how they knew he was the avatar, and a little bit of his life, 100 years ago, which we never even really get to see a whole lot of the air nomads anyways. So that's still really neat.
Yes, definitely. And also, Shadowcat, have you not seen the show? Because we're only on episode 12? You can binge that in 6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to season 2 and I only started about a week ago. So
there you go.
I think you could do it in 4 hours because the episodes are only like 22 and a half minutes.
Right, no commercials.
Well, you also have isn't the first episode like an hour long?
True, 2-parter.
Yeah, but it's still like episode 1, episode 2. So
you can make it work. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's one of the most, it's not underrated because the people who love it, but you'll find people who don't know about it, and you just think, you gotta know.
How do you not know
this is one of the best stories. It's so good. So good.
It's almost it's come to the level where it's like you meet people and they haven't seen Star Wars, or they haven't seen, Harry Potter or Jurassic Park, or all these other ones. And people are just like, "What? How have you never seen it?" Blah 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 blah. And so like I think it's coming to that level where it's just like, how have you not seen Star Wars? How have you not seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes, our generation will slowly encompass the world with our fandoms.
Tell you what you will love. Not quite near me, but Blackpool is about maybe a 4-hour trip from me, and they have this huge theme park with a Nickelodeon land, and so they have a ride based on Avatar.
No.
Yes.
What?
It's a shame I
booking
don't
tickets
like
now.
I don't know if you've ever been on a similar ride, but it's kind of like, it looks like a bit like a roller coaster track that kind of is in a semicircle. Oh, yeah. And it's got a disc, and it goes up, and it like spins you, and it's so much fun.
I'm gonna have to find a video of that for next week and just pretend, put on my VR goggles, and just hope that I can feel it.
And if I remember correctly, I think Anne is also like in the middle of it as well, doing it's like he's doing his air soccer move, and you're
that's so
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to on my next trip over. I'm gonna have to definitely find that. And also, Shadowcat, that's a deal. I'll watch Babylon 5. You watch Airbender, and we'll trade off. I think that'll work well. Also,
fair trade, good trade.
Hello.
Simone, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining, guys. We have constantly gained viewers, so the viewers are awesome, y'all, and we can just keep things going for them.
Hold on. Can you go back? Because I just want to say something.
Yes.
So this is like a pointless detail, but the flock of birds that are above Iroh's head are the exact same flock of birds that you see in the scene before this, when the Gain is waking up and Katara is like, oh, you had a nightmare and stuff like that. And you see the flock of birds go behind Aang, and there's like another, like they say one more thing, and then it cuts to this, and you just see them go across the frame. And that is how close Zuko is to Aang and the rest of them right
No
now.
wonder he's using his spyglass.
And that's why
that I noticed from the scene is when Iroh and him are arguing, his ponytail just disappears for like a split second. That's the only thing I noticed.
That is in one of the Avatar error statements.
When you said about the birds, I had such a completely different track. It's crazy. I was like, this is my silly head working. I was like, looks like an iron.
We're here for it. I'm here for it.
Doing a lot of chores lately.
No, I'm tired.
Same. But also something that's very interesting. They're headed into the storm. The birds are flying away from the storm.
Yes, and then that's also a quick little thing. And then I think that it also kind of like explain, like obviously, if Zuko thinks that they're going north, then they're not going to go southwest to get away from the storm or anything like that. But it just shows how close he is, and
and the attention to detail.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
that's on the creep.
That is. See, Shadowcat, this is why you gotta watch the show. It's so amazing. Let's see, keep safe. You gotta stand between you and harm and all the empty places where you must walk. Well, thank you. And have a fantastic time watching Avatar. I am excited to see when we had one person beforehand. I think we scared him away.
We might have.
Who was watching the show.
Every episode, call it a cult.
Hey, whoa.
I thought you were going to go with the nipples, so we got 2 marks against us.
I don't think we were there yet. I don't think you guys were there yet.
I think we have mentioned it before. Obviously, it's
not so much a we, it's a me.
I know, but we're in this together. If you go down, I'll go down with you.
Yes! Friends for life! Oh, gosh. Well, you know what? Katara has the same mentality with Aang. She's like, all right, I got you, boo. You're that pacifist. Literally. And she's like, I'm just gonna get this guy for you. Like, it's a bad idea to poke your friend with a waterbender next to the ocean. It's like an ample supply of bullets.
You know what? I'm sorry, this is so random, but it literally just came to me. How you were saying, is there nightmares in kids shows? I think it's Rugrats in Paris. Chucky has a nightmare.
Well, you see, when she said Rugrats, I was like, I feel like there's a nightmare scene in Rugrats, but I could not.
If it would involve Chucky, that would make the most sense.
True. Coco coming clutch.
That's I know, right?
I was literally just like, boom! Oh yeah, Chucky has one.
The mysteries of the universe have opened up.
Yes, and also that fisherman, he's the worst. Like, you like him in the end, but he's a jerk.
I feel like it's really just kind of captured like the crotchety old man vibes,
like, and the 100 Years War vibe too, I guess.
To be fair, maybe it's just me. Obviously, I'm only up to season 2, but I think a lot of people in this universe are very, very mean, just in general, to Aang, even though he's a kid. They're just like, oh, you're evil. Yeah.
You got the arrow on your head.
Yeah, it's like I recently watched someone where he thinks he's going to Avatar Day.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I know we're skipping ahead here, but I'm just thinking, like, again, they're just horrible. Like, I don't care you're a kid. We hate you.
That is another great episode. That one's one of my favorites.
Yes. The voice performances are incredible in that one.
Oh my days, yeah. But yeah, so far it's my general gist. Sorry.
Oh no, it's so. Good. I'm glad you pointed that out, because when I said Rugrats, I was like, I feel like there's something there. But yes, this show does have the best old people. I mean, you got Roku and all of them, and then you got this guy with his interestingly angry face. But you also have another angry old guy on the ship with Zuko.
This guy ain't too old. Like, he's at least in his 40s. You can't be coming for Lieutenant G like that.
He is gray. Like,
well, you can't.
He's a beautiful silver fox.
Yeah,
he sure is.
Here, I don't know if you know this, but you know Matt LeBlanc from Friends?
Yeah.
He started going grey during the show. He had to dye his hair black.
See?
All right, so this dude could be 27.
That's what I'm saying. 28 old.
Do not go by hair color.
Yeah, true.
Got a full head of hair.
True, it is full and it's well shaped. So we'll give him like a 20s to 40s vibe. But he's older than Zuko, probably younger than Iroh. We'll make a range.
I think that's a pretty good cushion.
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead.
Do you think they purposely made him look a lot like Zhao?
No.
Or do you think that was just random character design?
I think that like the mutton chops are just like
It's
a
like
common
a Fire Nation thing.
thing. I think what's interesting, the most interesting thing about his character design is he doesn't have a top knot.
Oh,
True.
right. Because you get to see here, you got Zuko with his little beautiful ponytail.
Yeah.
You got Iroh with his man bun. They just got Sergeant Military cut here. So
I think that's what they were going for. I think they were just trying to be like, oh, he's a military man. We'll give him classic buzz cut.
I was going to say, obviously, going after the Kurt Russell Stargate vibe.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. And
not the only one saying he's
welcome.
in his 40s.
Okay,
Yes,
we'll go
hello.
with 40s. We'll go with his 40s. Probably has like 2 kids back home.
Also,
married.
I'm pretty certain his name is Lieutenant G. So let's
Really?
I'm pretty
right.
certain.
Well, Lieutenant G needs to get his fire going because Zuko's already smoking. But what do you think of the way they go about talking about Zuko's backstory? Because we eventually see, and I will find a picture of it, ignore the frantic clicking, that they find it not from Zuko, but from Iroh. And, it's kind of back in closed doors in a boiler room where Zuko would never come down to the lowest levels. But what do you guys think about this way of explaining it to the audience?
I think that it's really great because the crew, obviously, is taking the form of the audience. We don't know anything about Zuko.
And technically, isn't this crew Iroh's technically?
That's a fan theory. You're blurring facts.
You're getting into horror.
But sorry.
I was going to say, I think that the most interesting thing about them being we don't know what happened to Zuko is the fact that they don't know what happened to Zuko. And it's how do you not know? And so that's why
not know. Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking the banishment wasn't completely publicized.
Well,
Obviously,
I have something for you.
Ooh,
in that area. Ooh. Because I don't do much, but I do this. There is in the Avatar extras for Book 1 Water, and you go to the storm, you can find it all online. They actually said that I want to get this right. I want to get this absolutely right because it kind of surprised me. They sold tickets to the Agni Kai, and you had to pay a very high price to see the Fire Lord battle his son.
If you look in the crowd, you can also see there's some people dressed in green. So there were also Earth Kingdom people there as well. So I think.
So then my question is, how do they not know what happened to Zuko?
Somebody also mentions that they thought it was from a training accident.
Yes,
so I could see knowing about the banishment, but it seems like Ozai would make that very public because it's Ozai. Yeah. But how do you not know about the Agni Kai?
I suppose the next thing is obviously these guys are in the Navy, so who's to say that they weren't away fighting in the war and then they came back and were reassigned to Zuko? That's probably what happened.
No, Ozai,
we're gonna make this work.
He would have sent out a messenger hawk to every person.
That's the next thing is Ozai's the kind of person that's putting that on blast.
He'd be the one on the Vegas Strip handing out pamphlets check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But yes, and also we have to say hi. Hello, Kai. We have Kai. We have William joining. We got everyone. And definitely getting the Wolverine vibes with the dude's mutton chops. But so we get the Zuko story and the Aang story. I'm going to ask you guys, which would you like to talk about first?
Well, considering you have the picture up.
Fantastic. My thoughts exactly.
Going back to what you said about why I liked that Yo said the story.
Yes.
It just again proved to me how much his uncle cares for Zuko. I think from the very start that's something I really liked. Like you could see how much, despite Zuko being a bit of a hothead, his uncle was like, "Oh, I still love you and care for you." And I think him taking these people aside to tell them his story and like, this is why he's the way he is. I think it's a very sweet thing for him to do.
It
And
is.
I
kind
also
of
think
Like,
Zuko
don't judge
is
him
just,
too
like,
harsh.
Zuko's too proud of himself to admit what happened, I think.
Yeah, but then
And
also,
he's
like,
probably
if we think
still,
about
like,
it,
hurt about it too.
oh yeah, like he's gonna be hurt about that forever, I feel like. But I think if
I thought you were
no, I was
Go
just
ahead,
saying, if the story came from anybody else other than Iroh, it wouldn't have been painted in the way that it was. It would have been like Zuko was arrogant, Zuko had no honor or respect. Like not Iroh, but Ozai was in the right to banish him, to scar him, and send him off on this what was thought as an impossible feat. But it's Iroh telling it, and so it's kind of given a more sorrowful, like, this kid was treated horribly. This is the reason why he's acting this way. This is why, like, I'm trying to teach him to be a better person. And I think that that's really kind of how the crew learns to start understanding Zuko a lot better. So if it had came from like anybody else, like if anybody else on the crew knew the story, they would have came down and they would have been like, sit down, because boy do I have the story to tell you. But it was Iroh. He came in, he was like, can I join you? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're like, oh, General Iroh. Yeah. And he sits down and he's like, this is what happened. This is why he feels this way. This is why I'm so lenient with him. This is why I'm trying to make him understand that, you know, he can't act this way or this, that, or the other. And then they really come to see and understand Zuko the way that Iroh does.
Yeah.
So what I'm
he
getting
says it with such compassion.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, this story is as much an Iroh as it is Zuko, really, because it tells you about his character by the way he describes Zuko. And even in the flashbacks, like Zuko, he's so happy. He's smiling, guys.
I know. Look
so
at
Zuko. Cinnamon roll.
He wants to talk about killing earthbenders. And like you see, you know, his father's not the one saying
war meeting.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, did it go so well? But you see, Iroh's like, you know what? Okay, your father's in there, everyone's in there, no one's paying attention to you, you little kid. Come on, let's go. So he has to feel some kind of guilt.
I was just about to ask you, do you think Iroh is guilty of allowing Zuko into the war room? Because Iroh even tried to stop him. He's like, whoa, you know. And Zuko was just like, oh, you know, I'll be quiet, I promise. I'll be. And he's like, all right. You can sit by me. You can sit by me. And then they get in there, and he opens his mouth, and Iroh's like, I might have just killed him. And like,
do you think would Iroh try to fight in Zuko's place?
No, I feel like that
Don't you go creating fan theories now.
I feel like that would have been even more disrespectful, and like, it would have been painted like, oh, Zuko isn't strong enough. He can't fight his own battles. Like, it's almost the same reason why Iroh. Oh, I was about to. I'm so sorry, Coco. Spoiler.
I did it.
That's a big one, Brandi.
It's okay. All I heard was Iroh, so it's fine.
Okay. Anyways, I think it's the same reason why Iroh doesn't do the thing at the end of the season. Why he allows somebody else to like step up and take that place. I think it would be the exact same reason why, you know, if he had done this, Zuko would have lost his honor anyways. So
I guess Zuko didn't realize that he was going to be fighting up against his father. He just thought it was going to be
precisely. He thought it was going to be the admiral.
Iroh would have known behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, if you're Zuko and you're in this war chamber and you're looking at an old, he's not 40, he's old admiral.
The admiral was like in his 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, if I were Zuko, I mean, I'd defend the lives of my earthbender with my firebenders up against this old fart who doesn't know anything. That'd be me like going up against Bernie Sanders in the Senate. Like, just be like, all right, I can totally take him.
Hey,
and all of a sudden,
whoa. I feel like that man could beat down.
True.
I don't know. We would get a new meme format out of him.
We would get a new meme. It might be worth it.
You might have to go through.
I don't know how the elections are for you, Coco, but at my TV station with the elections, we actually did a fight club, and we who would win based on who would take who out. It actually came down to Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
Your station
we called it a draw. We called it a draw and walked away because we were going to burn the universe down if we decided. But no, really, it goes to prove, like, you think you can take them, right? And then all of a sudden, you get into the arena and you're just like, oh crap! Like the difference between I'm a strong, yes, I've got you, to oh no, oh I screwed up.
Just flipping through these two images, I feel like you can even see, like, if you go back to the previous one, he looks a bit older. He looks a bit more sure of himself. And then if you go to the next one, you're like, oh, this is just a little bean.
He's a kid. Yeah,
a little bean.
A lot younger.
I also get, like, from the first one, I feel like because he's obviously his dad's technically behind him, he probably feels like, oh yeah, my dad's totally got me on this. Go to the next one. Literally, like, oh my days, this guy that I thought loved me and respected and had my back is the one who's going to fight me.
I never realized. He's at his back.
Yeah, he's like, oh, but my dad's like with me on this, and then like, oh my gosh, he's fighting me.
I don't think you can look at it that way.
I'm already, so tell me how.
No, I think it could
Coco,
be seen like that. Like,
you could just
be like, Dad, come on.
No. I mean, Coco, have you seen Zuko alone in season 2? I can't remember.
I'm up to about 4 season 5.
No.
Not season 5, sorry. Episode.
No, I knew what you meant.
5 seasons.
We wish.
I know.
But I feel like if you watch Zuko alone, you'll kind of understand why that thought is kind of wrong. And then even in season 1, at the season finale, Zuko, when he's talking about Azula for the first time, he's like, my father always said that she was born lucky. I was lucky to have been born. So it's just like, it has always been this constant struggle for Zuko in the relationship.
I see what you mean. But maybe just at this point, he had thought, oh, I've finally done something right.
Well, at the same time, maybe he's trying to prove that to his father and being like, hey, these are your soldiers. Like, you've got my back on this, right?
I would agree.
Kind of a thing?
I think in this moment, he was thinking, wow, like, look how strong of a leader I'm being. I'm speaking up for what I believe in, the way that I see things. And
then it's, oops.
I think I've seen, like, a discussion where people were like, if we flip it and Zuko didn't say it, but Azula had said it, Ozai would have been like, you're absolutely right. We're not going to do that. And it would have been like the admiral that had to like do like an Agni Kai or like was stripped of his rank and blah, 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 blah. But since it was Zuko, he was like, that's going to show weakness and everything else.
See, this is how complicated this children's show is.
I love it though. It's so good. It's so good.
We see that Iroh is like already kind of taking Zuko under his wing. So do you technically think that Zuko was talking about those soldiers dying for nothing because of Iroh's influence? Or do you think that was fully Zuko?
I think that was just genuine goody to Zuko.
I think it could almost be both. So like again, in Zuko alone, we see more of what Zuko was as a kid, and I feel like that's an influence of his mother. And kind of
Coco,
like,
get ready for that train wreck.
That's literally my next episode, actually.
Oh gosh, I'm trying not to spoil it for you. It's so good. But yeah, I feel like that's a bit more like influential of his mother, and then also Iroh coming back, and because I mean when Iroh comes back after everything that's happened with him, like the palace is kind of like in shambles. So I feel like he felt sorry for Zuko, like, and so he was like, okay, I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna protect you when nobody else is going to, because obviously like
Poor parenting. Control your
toxic
kids.
Environment.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it is partially like maybe Iroh is starting to influence them in the proper way to be a leader and, you know, care for your subjects. But at the same time, I feel like this is also just 100% sweet, innocent little Zuko who
his
just
mom
wants to
taught
feed
him
some
to
turtle
be
ducks.
Yeah, well, his mom taught him to be compassionate. Iroh showed him that you can be compassionate and powerful. Like, you know, his mom is a mothering figure. Iroh's a general. So if you see the same characteristics in both, it shows that you can be sensitive and also a hardcore badass and be perfectly fine. Also, side note for hardcore badasses, hi, Tim. And The Great Merman. Yes, it's just a cartoon, but Tom and Jerry was never this complex.
I don't know. I feel like you could analyze each episode and get a lot from them.
True.
Katie, let's start a podcast about Tom and Jerry. Let's see how it go.
We'll psychoanalyze. Pull in PJ.
Yeah,
it'd
be like already doing it.
What Tom's actually doing here? It actually means this.
Yeah. That's going to be a side tangent that lives in my head for a while. Thank you, Merman. But we get to see the baby face, as Rapunzel puts it, baby face Zuzu. He's genuinely a little
terrified
at this point. And I mean, I'd be too if that walked up to me.
Oh, and I just side note here, I totally geeked out because I recognized the voice instantly. I was like,
yes. Well, like, I would be freaking out too.
My mind every time.
If this was my father, and then, you know, I had freaking Joker Luke Skywalker coming at me.
I'd be like, run away!
Nope, not today.
I'd be like, I'd be bowing too. Like, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Shadowcat, Mark Hamill voices him, the Fire Lord, the big bad. No, yeah. And we still don't see his face. We see that he has like a hot dog shaped beard. But other than that,
people would call that a goatee. But you know what? I appreciate it.
It's a hot dog.
No, that's a beard. That's a hot dog beard equals goatee now.
He also has bulging biceps, of course.
Oh, he is ripped.
You have to if you're the Fire Lord.
You should see some of the fanfic about him. That hand, a little disproportionate. But for real, the fanfic. A little bit. And SFW
it's coming towards the camera.
Still.
He's walking towards the camera.
He's got that swagger. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he got that swag.
Ruin my son's life. Let's go.
Poo poo. Oh no, God. Yeah, it's awful. And Louise, I think it's the same. Adults dismiss cartoons as just for kids, but great storytelling is universal. Exactly. And apparently hot dog beards are in style, according to Alyssa. So I want to find a person and just be like, oh, you're going to put mustard on that? That would be really cool. Like you bleach a little mustard stain onto it.
And then you get like a little bun and then just put it in the bun.
You just get a fresh bun every day, roll out of bed. All right, here we go.
Am I the only one that doesn't like how this conversation is going? Just me?
I think so. You gotta enjoy where the conversation's
steering in.
I know, but I also know Katie, so I also know like how far south this can go.
You gotta bring me back into check.
I'm just going back to Louise's comment about, you know, how some people dismiss things because it's a kids show. Like this applies to a lot of things. So for instance, gaming, if you've got a good storyline, it doesn't matter how good the graphics are, because if it's a good storyline, that's what you're going to take from it. Because you could have the best graphics in the world, and if you've got a rubbish story, it's like, ugh. And it's the same with TV shows, movies. It doesn't matter how good the quality is. Sometimes if you can tell a good story, that's what people will invest in.
Mm-hmm. That's why, you know, the people at my station think I'm insane because I hardcore go for DuckTales and Avatar: The Last Airbender and Gravity Falls. I'm just like, yeah, these are kids shows. Yeah, they're on Disney and Nickelodeon. Have you seen the stories? Because nowadays in modern TV, there's just not good stories. Discovery. And Picard. But
I like Picard. It's all right.
It's okay. It's okay. Season 2 is going to be great. Season 2 is going to be great.
Brandi, we might want to leave.
It'll
Oh no! I'm here for the show.
Unlike the rest of the fandom, I feel like we're going to be nice to each other.
Yeah, I think the thing is, everyone is welcome to dislike things. It's just I find it ridiculous when it starts getting to like, well, my opinion's fact and you're wrong. It's like
exactly.
No, it's like we have different opinions. That's fine, but then starting having a go at me because you think you're right because of the show. What?
And it's nice that we don't have too much of that with the Avatar fandom. Like, it's a relatively non-toxic fandom.
Yes.
So
you're like the Stargate
except for when it comes to the Great Divide.
Okay, well, the Great Divide deserves it, but
no, it doesn't. Start throwing hands.
All right.
But see, we've moved past it. We're doing well, and now we can all agree that most of the Fire Nation people are trash,
Brandi,
and that Iroh's the best.
That's how Jane learns. Don't dwell on the past.
Yeah. Oh, yep. There we go.
I'm not dwelling on the past. I'm dwelling on what the fandom is saying, like almost every day, that the Great Divide is the worst.
In the fan chats on Facebook and such.
It's not. It's not. Stop coming. Stop coming.
And also, yes, Avatar is good. Avatar is very good. And Joe's fandom, yes. Joe Malazzi from Dark Matter, he has good people. We have good people.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, the Stargate fandom is also one of the least toxic ones I'm in. So when you join that,
good to know. Yes.
Did you notice it said when, not if? When.
Yes, when. And Good Omens. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't even get me started. The love that is for that show. Oh my gosh, I love it. Coco, have you seen Good Omens?
No, and
it's literally in your country.
I know, but it's just the subjects it deals with. I just don't like that kind of thing, so it's not my kind of show. That's all.
Not my cup of tea, but David Tennant in skinny jeans.
Well, it's David Tennant, right?
Oh, it's David Tennant and Michael Sheen, and God put them on this planet to be best friends.
Have you seen their little video skits?
Staged.
They're so funny.
This side tangent went off a viaduct.
Right.
I will say this. I one time watched way too much Broadchurch with David Tennant in it. And then for like the next 27 hours, my inner monologue was in David Tennant's voice. Yes! It was so weird.
Oh. Love that man.
Awesome.
Like, my love for David Tennant is about the same as my love of the character of Iroh, because they're both just genuinely good people. Like, you see in this picture, Iroh he won't look. I mean, these guys, they got kind of lazy drawing the eyes, but still, they're clearly watching. And they got this dude who, is he the same as the mean airbending monk?
No, I was kind of wondering if he's the warden from the prison from Haru. Kind of looks.
I was gonna say he does look familiar.
Like his face is really slender.
I could see them reusing already done assets.
I'm sure that they do.
Yeah,
I'm kind of stuck on the half face by Azula. Like, this guy's mean mugging.
He's like, what's going on? I thought this was a cookout.
Yeah,
he's hardcore judging.
He kind of looks like he's falling asleep. Just like, this is
he's like, I missed dinner for this.
this dude, I missed my porridge.
No. He's like, I paid 20 gold pieces for a fight that's going to be over in 20 seconds. Not worth it.
Not worth it. He's wishing he got better seats instead.
He goes up to the bouncer and he's like,
he is sitting by General Iroh and right behind Princess Azula. Like, there ain't any better seats.
That's why he's mad.
Side of the arena. Could have gotten a better seat.
Oh,
I also want to point out we have 2 more hot dog beards.
Yes, hot dog. And it has there's if he made these more bushier, they could form the bun. They could form a nice wraparound bun. This guy, he's got more like a Vienna sausage.
I was gonna say he's got the cocktail wiener.
Yes, he's got a little wiener on his face. But there we go.
I prefaced with cocktail wiener.
It's somehow worse. It's somehow worse.
Brand. But we got to entertain the people who also have stuck around for this entire show so far. So bless. But now we shift over.
Heroes.
We've seen Zuko's story, And, it's what everyone, really wants, because we know Aang ended up in the iceberg. We know he's the Avatar. We knew very little about Zuko. But the stories of Aang and how he came to be in the iceberg, I feel like, are really not appreciated as much, or kind of are overshadowed by Zuko's. I get that vibe.
100%.
Also, catfish. They're catfish.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I always think that.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't unsee that. But but so we get a similar thing. They're all sitting around a fire, or they're sitting around a fire, and they're talking about their past. Do you get to see babyish Aang, like 2 weeks younger Aang? But I want to pick your guys' brain. Yeah, I want to pick your brain about these Avatar toys, because I don't know about your first impressions, but for me, leaving the fate of the world, like the protector of the world, to 4 toys probably isn't the most reliable option.
But it's worked. It's worked.
Fair point.
I was going to say, it's worked for the last few thousand years, so we're good.
True.
Yes, it's only the air nations, like how they find? Okay.
Yes. So each nation kind of has like their own way of finding the Avatar, and this is the air nomads way, which I think it's like draws inspiration for how they find the next like Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama. Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly where they drew the
I don't
inspiration.
think it was the Dalai Lama though.
It was
some other
one. I'm gonna
I think
find
it began with the T.
Oh, it's no, it's the Dalai Lama, but it's Tibetan monks. So both right.
There you
I
go.
love it when that happens.
And then if you ever want to read the Kyoshi books, you learn how the Earth Kingdom actually finds their avatars.
Also, fun fact, if you have a local Target store, you can go and buy it. They're on sale, 20% off. And who knows, I may have actually bought. Wow, English. I might have actually purchased 2, so there might be a giveaway here sometime.
There you go.
So, yes,
They're good
and
books.
Coco will cover international shipping. But yeah, you see the toys. There's a ceramic turtle, which just a normal turtle. Strange that it wasn't like a lion turtle or something. You got the hog monkey, the fun little drums, and the little spinner thing. Would you have picked these toys as a child?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that depends on if I'm the Avatar or not.
2 seconds, and then you put it away.
I mean, to be fair, I think anyone at the age of 2 would probably just go to grab it anyway. Like, ooh, something new.
Especially an air nomad child. Like, they hardly have any possessions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
but
just any toy, I'm sure they would find fun.
Yeah, but like, I mean, these 4, like, for them to know that he's the Avatar, he has to pick these 4 ones, and he's picking out of thousands, or at least hundreds of toys.
I was gonna say, I imagine the air nomads just have a secret room full of toys.
Again,
like that,
again,
us, Brandi.
if you read the Kyoshi books, you will actually kind of see a little bit of this ritual. Yes.
Oh, do they have a white van too?
No.
In the back.
We got a white windowless van, huh?
I want to know, do they like pass these toys from air temple to air temple? It's like
Katie's having a moment. Hold on.
Just like Katie, just.
I imagine they have a room full of these toys at each of the air temples, and as soon as the child is born, they just yeet it into the pile. They come back 30 minutes later, and whatever toys they have in their hand, that's what they use.
Good to go.
That was a mental image that I didn't know I could produce.
It was just the fact you said, we take the baby, yeet!
It's an airbender, it'll land soft. Like,
They always land on their feet.
yeah, exactly.
They're like
Although
cats.
you get some of them with the misshapen heads that are kind of flat, like the angry one. It's like, didn't land on your feet, kid. But also, Mr. Miles, welcome. You came in at a fantastic time. And Yeah, it makes sense that the air nomads would go with toys, because they are playful. Oh, Great Merman, you have a question. We have a question, guys. Do these toys have significance within the greater mythology? You know, turtles and monkeys have cultural significance in Japanese and Chinese culture.
You know, I have no idea, but I was just thinking, at least with the turtle, I know it's not a lion turtle, but like it's still like a turtle.
It's
so
a turtle.
It's a turtle.
Exactly. It's a turtle. And Coco, trust me, when you get to the lion turtle, it'll blow your mind.
I'm sure it will.
But yes. Oh my goodness, we have so many. Yeah. Really, I am.
I mean, when is she?
You don't know.
When is she?
Not
never energetic.
I should do a stream when I'm just like dead tired, just be like, okay, guys, this is seriously the lowest I can
All
go.
right, I actually have seen you dead tired before.
True, VUTV.
Yeah.
When you're dead tired, you should do like ASMR, like, hello, this is Sleepy Katie.
I'm so tired, you have no idea. Yeah.
but it's also like your filter like is gone, and so you literally say whatever comes to mind.
Oh, the filter's gone. I take the green screen and I just put it like as the background, just like, sup guys.
And then you're like, I'm still thinking about how they throw little baby air nomads into a room with toys.
It's just like, Kobe! Like, oh, it would be so bad. It would be so bad. Yeah, and apparently I'm an enigma when it comes to my energy levels. You got Mr. Miles and William agreeing. And yes, my Yakko, I relate to Yakko quite a bit. And I need a human-sized hamster wheel. No, I genuinely do, because I went to the doctor for my checkup today, and they said I've gained 10 pounds in a year. The lady, literally, she looked at me, she goes, wow, you put on a little bit of pandemic weight. And I was like, that's a kind way of saying I've had too many brownies from Fairway Market. And she's like, oh, those are my thing too. So apparently, yeah.
And then you both left and went to go get brownies.
I actually went to Arby's and got a half-pound roast beef sandwich.
I mean, I support you in that.
But I definitely, a human-sized hamster wheel would be fun. But what would be even more fun is playing on air cycles. That would be more fun. And being able to wheel around and actually be able to zoom in. Now. Control zoom. Click zoom. You know what, guys? Just move a little closer to the screen. But here's a little something to bring the energy level down.
Wait.
Just know the kids who made fun of Aang, they did.
They did.
Like, kind of karma. I feel kind of bad.
Let's just think about this for a minute. These kids were perfectly fine with playing with Aang, even though he was the master of airbending. But the moment that he was the Avatar, doesn't know any other bending, they're like, nah, fam. You gotta go.
They don't even have their arrows.
There's a varied age group here.
Yeah.
These kids that are playing. So it's like, even if Aang is the Avatar, you have like several different kids playing different ages. Like the older kids are gonna maybe be a little bit more better at airbending than the younger kids. So like, I call bull crap on that.
And this photo verifies the yeeting theory, because he has a round head. This kid is flat topped. So I'm saying somewhere in their lives they landed on the head.
Katie hit us with a fan theory before we got to that segment.
Yeah. Sorry, Brandi.
No, that's all right.
You know what? They probably were all thrown on their heads. That's why they're bald.
True. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm so excited. If you like Avatar, I recommend checking out Legend of Korra. It's the like teenagey little more on the how should I put it? PTSD.
Let's just say if you like Zuko's character and all that comes with Zuko, that's
here's
all
the series. Yeah.
Here's a series.
I'll get there. I'll get there. At the moment, I have, I think, 5 series on the go.
There you go.
Nice.
But
those are champion numbers right there.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here rewatching the same series I've seen thousands of times.
True. Yeah.
Both of them take stamina. I don't know what you guys are upset about.
Ooh. I am almost done with Psych.
Nice. Here is a good question. I didn't notice. where are the females?
Oh, I know this.
Yes.
So
Brandi?
The southern, which is the temple that Aang is from, and the northern air temple all house the men monks, while the western and eastern temples all house the nuns.
that's boring. What? I couldn't
The answer was good. I was just saying I knew the answer.
like on a like that's.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'll tell you what.
Hey, I would be glad Brandi knew that because I would have just been like, I don't know, they're all bald. How
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
tell
exactly.
the gender?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing with me is like, I hated every single girl in my middle school. If I had to stay with them for my life, like,
Okay,
not a
but
fan.
like,
I would eat them myself
okay, but
off the mountain.
I mean, these are nuns. They're all nuns.
Nuns can be violent. Haven't you seen the Sister Act?
I know what I'm going for is would the girls with middle school be able to stay in the temple? Probably not. They would get kicked out.
Yeah, they were. Yes.
That's what I'm
they would
saying.
be. Very true. I like
Yeah.
that idea. But no, it's good to know. That is good to know. Also, it's also good to know that people haven't seen Korra yet. So if you're looking for something to pass the time and also scar you potentially emotionally, do it.
That's scarring. I don't know.
It's not that bad. It's actually
good.
really good.
It's good.
You just gotta not compare it to Avatar.
You can't go into the mindset of being like, wow, this is going to be just like Avatar.
You can't apples to apples it. You gotta like
Korra is her own
grapefruit it.
I don't know if you guys can see the comment thread going, but Louise goes, so are they the female airbender? Are they born in other nations? Or do they have an annual party? I'm imagining a swap meet of Airbender. Just like, I got a girl here. Who's got a guy? Hey.
Yeah, I don't have the answer.
I think it's
to
best
that.
if we not go into this. The show already.
Yeah, I don't
hits on
really know if there
genocide.
is an answer.
We don't need this.
I would say that
Swap meet.
I would say that
They have their ways.
maybe. Yeah,
Let's just leave it at
Airbenders. They go out to the Cabbage Patch and they pick them up, and that's how you get baby airbenders.
Yeah.
No, you go to the Cabbage Patch. And
Yeah.
you just
Storks.
that's how you get baby airbenders.
I'll accept that fan theory. So wait, there you go. So if the Avatar was a female airbender, yeah.
What did you? What?
It also harks back to our Cabbage Man friend.
Hey, you know what? Cabbage Man.
That's why he loved them so. That's why he loved them so much.
Why he's so upset? His cabbages didn't turn into little airbenders.
Oh, now
that's why he's so protective of his cabbages.
I just thought of for anyone who wants to do an Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm gonna hold on. This is a plea. Anyone who wants to do an Avatar: The Last Airbender cosplay of the Cabbage Man, get a bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids and carry them around. Just carry them around into the convention and just be like, "Look at my children!"
and every now and then, just drop them and be really sad.
My cabbages!
That might get you kicked out of the convention center, though.
or you'd win the costume contest. It's a one or the other. Oh my god!
Go at your own discretion.
Rapunzel, if you can fan edit, if you can make an edit of that, I will be forever grateful. Oh yes, yeah. Also, okay.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Now that we've gone on to another varying sidetrack, I think we're up to like 5 now.
I don't keep track anymore. I don't count.
Yeah.
I don't. Nope.
Well,
Sokka
after
counting out the
Aang,
syllables.
yeah, true. But we get to see Aang. You know, he's kind of shunned by his peers, so he goes and hangs out with Gyatso, which also makes the Southern Air Temple episode even sadder because you get to see their relationship. Mm-hmm. But my fun question for you guys is, would you be raised by monks? If you would you be able to be raised by monks? If you had a choice, like the way you were brought up or by monks, which would you choose?
I liked how I was brought up.
I was gonna say, I like my family. Thank you.
I feel like
I like my hair.
Yeah, same.
I feel like I possess too much sass and sarcasm to be a monk.
Oh, you as a monk would be a nightmare.
Tried with us and then just been like, no.
Yeah.
You're now an orphan. And
Yeah.
that actually goes against the way of the monks.
Oh gosh, no, but like if you think about it, Aang is the kind of kid who would totally be like, yeah, I love being raised by monks. I don't think any of us would go for that.
At the same time, like, that was just the way that he was raised. Like, he doesn't know anything other than that.
True.
So like I was homeschooled, and people always ask me, "Oh, did you like being homeschooled?" And I was just like, I don't know any other way to do it. I don't have anything to compare it to. So Aang being like, "Oh yeah, I like being raised by monks." He doesn't have anything to compare it to.
And also, the more you think about it, he's never seen a woman, has he? So that could be why he looks at Katara like...
Not necessarily, because I don't think that they were completely separate. It's just like that's where they... now I got to do more research on it. I didn't know that this is how this conversation was going to go.
He's probably seen a woman because...
To be fair, the conversation was going to come up at some point.
It was going to come up at some point. I'm sorry I'm not prepared. I'll strive to do better next time.
I reckon Aang has seen women because he was friends with other people from other nations.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
So like he went to the Earth Kingdom and they're around, so he would have seen women.
And I don't know if this is canon, but I'm pretty certain that they also have like festivals and like spiritual days that like they all celebrate together. Well, I wasn't trying to add the air quotes, but y'all went there, so the air quotes have been added.
But no, that is a very good point, Coco, and Rapunzel agrees. Definitely seeing girls. But also, just a quick thing for Mr. Miles. If you look up the original sketch art for Avatar The Last Airbender, the picture that every Avatar fan should have printed on their wall and bow to twice a day is actually, and it was going to be cyberpunk, kind of.
Yeah, it was going to be like set into the future, and Momo was going to be like a little robot. And
it's insane.
It was going to be completely different.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up here as I click over to the next slide. There we go. Do you think Gyatso's in the White Lotus?
100%. 100%. Like, we later learned that Gyatso was friends with another important figure in the history of the universe. So, like, him being in the White Lotus... 100%. And poor Coco doesn't know what the White Lotus is. I just realized. Oh no! Oh no!
It's fine. It's fine.
You're almost there, though. You're almost there.
Oopsie. You'll learn, because there's the pie show tiles, and they're very important.
And you shouldn't have to worry too much. Like if I'm on again, I said I'm getting things fast. I'm getting things fast. So.
Like no. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you're not, here. I'm just like, I don't want to ruin that experience for you. Like,
I get it.
I don't want to be the person that, just like told you how it ends, and then you'd be like, well, what's the point?
Flips the table.
Like, I don't want to invoke a nerd rage here.
All of a sudden, we're covering stories of man and woman.
That's not me.
Well, here's that original concept art. Mr. Miles wanted to see it, and it's very steampunk. You got Momo's got his little arrow on his head, and he's you got Aang with his cool cyberpunk staff. Yeah, and it's important to remind himself that every Avatar universe sprang from, or the entire Avatar universe sprang from a single random sketch. Bow to it.
And like this actually really reminds me, if you know anything about like how the Pixar movies came out, like in the Pixar movies from the early 2000s, like 5 of those concepts were all came up with when the creators like went to a diner one day and just like started talking about it, and they came up with the concept of Cars, and then Incredibles and WALL-E even, and like they just all had like this giant brainstorm, and they're like, these are the movies that we want to make over the next course, and then like they like dispersed, and like I think that there's even a drawing on a napkin, and so like I see this, and I just remember that, and like, you know, Pixar is considered like, you know, some of the greatest stories that we have, and now it's just like, I think Avatar is one of the greatest stories that we have, and so as a fellow creator, I'm just like so humbled and inspired that like just like those little ideas that you think are nothing can turn into something huge, and that's just, I love it. So sorry, tangent.
No, it also goes to show that you have an original idea. Don't be afraid to tweak it as you go along, because this was originally supposed to be like sci-fi, and they made it into something so beautiful and so vastly different than anything else that we have on television, really. So definitely. And we'll just skip ahead from the White Lotus and just put a big old yes. And
confirmed.
Rapunzel loves how Gyatso says gets his butt kicked at Paishu. I would be friends with Gyatso so fast. Like that's a friendly man. He's
I liked him because I always find not a problem, I don't know if that's the right word, but when there's this kid that's special and then you get people putting all this responsibility on the poor kid. But that's why I liked him, because he was like, just let him be a kid, like calm down, leave the poor little guy alone.
And then something else to kind of remember, like they weren't supposed to tell Aang that he was the Avatar until he was 16.
Yeah, so
he's getting told 4 years before he's supposed to be told. Like, he obviously is 12. He needs time to be a kid. He should mature and, you know, have more life experiences. But they were just like, well, we see that, you know, conflict is coming to the world, so we decided to tell you now. And then it's just like threw everything off. Like it's almost like Aang disappearing through the 4 nations out of balance, but them telling him that he was the Avatar before they were supposed to threw him out of balance, which then caused the world to be out of balance. And it's just like this domino effect.
They basically kicked it off. They're the reason he ran off.
I mean, I don't want to put the blame on, you know, those 5 monks. Well, minus Gyatso, those 4 monks.
Unibrow.
We coming for him. We
with tweezers.
Yes.
You get the tweezers. I got the wax strip. Let's go.
That's what happens when you take the women out of the air temple. Oh gosh, I'm thoroughly. If you guys can't glean it from my reactions, I am thoroughly enjoying this. Like, fantastic. But you know, we get to this part, and we see that, you know, Aang, he decided, you know what, screw you guys, you're going to send me to a temple, I'm just going to run away, as any rational kid would do. I feel like. Potentially. But we get to see him at his most vulnerable, and when he freezes himself in the iceberg. This might be getting into fan theory space. So, Brandi, pardon me, but when...
No, you're good.
Wait, skip. There we go. We see him going into the iceberg the first time, and then we see him later on in the episode saving others, and he doesn't do an iceberg. He just flies away. So, you guys think maybe Aang just wanted to hide from his problems, and the Avatar state took over and was like, you know what, we're going to give you the time to cool down. And then this time he realizes there's other people that I need to protect.
Yeah, I feel like when Aang does it the first time, so 100 years ago, he's in that storm, and the Avatar state kicks in because he's in danger. I feel like some part of him is conscious, but he doesn't understand what's happening. Like it's almost like he's taking a back seat to like his actions, and so he didn't know like how to stop it or really what was happening, and so like it just froze. And then here it is happening again, and he's learned about the Avatar state. He's talked to Avatar Roku, and he knows a little bit more about what's happening. And at the same time, he also has other people around him. Like, he isn't just trying to save himself and Appa. He's trying to save Katara and Sokka and this fisherman. And so it's almost like, again, he's taking a back seat. He knows what's happening. He's like, this can't happen again. And he kind of like, you know, jumps in and kind of takes a better, I don't know, words are escaping me.
He adds a little bit more of himself to the decision to how to escape.
Exactly.
I mean, when he freezes himself, that's the first time he ever enters the Avatar state. So
yeah,
he was probably really confused.
Just what the heck is this? I just found out I'm the Avatar. Now I have this. Oh, that's plus, a good point.
Like young avatars, like first going into the Avatar state, is like this really big thing, and it can be like really dangerous, not only to like everybody around them, but to the Avatar themselves. So the fact that Aang went through that by himself, I think also kind of explain. Yeah, he had Appa, but like again, I have to talk about this.
Appa's there for fuzzy morals.
No. I'm just saying, like, so like in the Kyoshi books, again, you kind of see it, and then you also see it like in season 2 when Aang is trying to like invoke the Avatar spirit, and you just kind of see how dangerous it is, and how like Katara throughout the series constantly is talking him out of the Avatar state, and like,
I mean, she did that just earlier in this episode too.
Exactly, like she's like, whoa, like just like calm down. So again, like I think he's in control, but like the very fact that just that first time he didn't know what was happening, I think he was a bit more in control here.
And to be fair, like he's in control, but I don't think he's like fully in control of it still.
No, because he hasn't mastered the Avatar state. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I think he kind of understands what's happening a little bit more in comparison to the very first time. Yeah.
Cool.
But watching this the first time, did you think that it was going to freeze and like?
I hardcore did. I thought he was going to freeze them all, and then we'd wake up in the future.
Yeah, I remember like as a kid being like, oh wait, no.
Reset.
I don't remember.
I think with me, I was just like, I guess this is just from watching other shows. It's just like, him freezing again, that wouldn't advance the story in a very good way.
Oh yeah, like what?
You're in the writer's mind.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but like, what, Katie? Like we were like 8, 9 years old when this was
true. I totally get that. If you're young,
you have that fully formed brain now.
Yeah, if you're young, you see things totally different when you're younger. Like you get
like I don't usually like fall for like, oh, like the main hero, like he could seriously get hurt. Like I'm like, even as a kid, I was always like, oh, he's the main hero, like he'll be fine. But like in this moment, I do remember being like, boy, if you freeze.
And also, side note, may I introduce you to Mr. Joe Malazzi and his work, because I have trust issues because of that man and his television shows. So
I'm just saying. I know I'm saying this again, but I can't wait for you to watch Stargate, because that's going to mess with you.
No. Oh gosh. Well, if it has any of the humor like Avatar does, and like the scene does,
that's one of the reasons I love it. It's like it's got such a good balance of action, sci-fi, and humor. It's like, to me, like it's like the perfect show of
I'm gonna have to watch
everything I like combined. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be there.
Now, this is a special request. Rapunzel sent me this over Facebook. It was a video, but I couldn't get the video to work, so I just got the meme version. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the episode.
Fantastic line.
I'm too young to die. I'm not, but I still don't want to.
I think it's just so relatable.
We can't overshadow the fisherman's wife in the cave. Katara, I'm going with you. Well, I'm staying here. Like, those two were made for each other.
These two are complete moods. Like, that is what they are.
In the Avatar extras, there are several things where they bring up the wife, and I think one of them is her name isn't lady or woman or something like that. Her name, there we go. Her name is not actually woman, and then it was. I'm going to find this. There we go. These two have been fighting for the past 40 years. The local villagers say they have a very stormy marriage. So there's a fifth
that's our fifth
reference.
Storm.
There we go.
In the flashback of Aang, when he's told he's the Avatar, doesn't the head monk say there's a storm coming as well?
Yes.
Meaning the war?
Storm clouds are forming.
Well, that's our sixth.
I'm telling you, they were laying it on thick.
They're just picking up the broom and they're just beating us over the head with it.
people are like, oh my gosh, great divide. Like, oh, that's so obvious. Like, how obvious could they have made it? Like, then we have this episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. It's a good point. It's a good point. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Favorite line. One of the favorite lines in all of television.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, it's so... Wait, what is the pic you tried to get Purple to show? We're just going to go with maybe and go...
I feel like there's another comment that goes with it and we missed it.
I have a feeling that I've missed it. But yes, so we end up the episode, which honestly... We have taken 120 minutes to recap a 22-minute episode, but it's fun.
There was serious talk about some mustaches and goatees. So
here's a good way to kind of visualize it. So I was gonna say like with Loki, you know how you got the main timeline, you get the branches.
I haven't watched it yet. You gotta stop.
Don't worry. You haven't seen it?
That's not really much of a spoiler. So
it's not. But Bree, you're gonna freaking call me when you watch episode 4, or have Brandi give you my number and call me because I cried. Oh my god!
I'm not sure I need to know what you guys think of episode 5. Seriously.
I will message you as soon as I get my bride.
Thank you. You're freaking out about episode 4 because I watched episode 4 and I was like, eh.
Well, like Brandi, you are also the robot.
I'm always like that. I know I'm a robot.
I've seen this episode so many times, but when it came to like AIM running away, I was like, "Oh no, my eyes are staining. Oh no, I'm gonna cry." And then it didn't happen. But that's the differences between Brandi and I.
Yeah.
Let's just say. Oh no! Never mind. No. Continue.
No. Let me know if you cry. This is a weird thing, but yes. And if anyone else has watched Loki in the comments section, let me know if you cried, so I know that I'm not just an emotional baby.
Because she obviously can't use me as benchmark.
Yeah, no, I'm Kirk. I'm very emotional and jump into things rather quickly. And you're Spock. You are very logical. You do show emotions, but you're very you think of it in a logical way.
Katie, you need to find an artist and have them commission a piece where it's you and Brandi. You're Kirk. She's Spock.
I'll do it for you.
Coco.
Yes.
I say I cannot
consider yourself commissioned.
To save my life.
Yeah, I mean, I would choose some of my artwork, but I don't know how to do that.
We'll trust it. I trust you. See, that's the Kirk thing. I'll emotionally trust you for this.
I have nothing but faith in your abilities.
Consider yourself hired.
Thank you.
Because I can't art at all.
I'll tell you what, I have a pencil and a
video
pen.
Art.
That's it.
I can video art. That's it. I can do.
True.
Here's the thing. Would you like it in anime style?
I mean, like that would make it even better.
Avatar style.
I wouldn't say.
You're in Star Trek garb.
Animate anything.
There's this anime style that's usually called like chibi. Which is like
that's what I'm kind of picturing.
Small and cute.
But
like the Avatar chibis.
Yeah, I want you to follow your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you think. When it comes to this, what do you think?
I think your real challenge is going to be how to make me not look like Velma.
Into that.
I'm just saying that the one big difference you're gonna have in this picture is you're gonna have pointy ears.
Yes,
hey, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, you'll be in a blue shirt anyway. It's not gonna be orange, so you should be fine, Brandi.
I should be good.
There we go. Yeah.
I'll give you a little tricorder or something as well.
Yes. Well, looks like William would buy that. So hey, we can make this work. Oh goodness, this has been a truly joyous stream. Like every stream that we've done has been incredible. This one, I think I've laughed the most though, mainly because of the side tangents and extras.
I think you've been laughing at your own jokes though, Katie.
I'm losing my mind. That's the secret. We do this every week, so I check in and make sure we all good and still mentally stable. But we talked about the episode. We talked about a few fan theories, but I have a feeling Brandi can provide us with some incredible ones. And for this week, I popped popcorn that is now cold and has been sitting out for an hour and a half, so it's probably stale. But I'm just going to let you go, Brandi, and enjoy.
Okay. Before we get into it, though, I just want to say one thing that we didn't get to touch on. And it's kind of in this moment when Zuko sees the gang, and he has an opportunity to either save his crew or go after the Avatar. So like Iroh is telling him to go into the Eye of the Storm, or he can go after the Avatar, and he chooses to go into the Eye of the Storm to save his crew. And from the beginning of the episode, like you have Lieutenant G who is getting ready to fight Zuko, and then at the very end he goes, Zuko, what do you want to do? So like their relationship has already like grown leaps and bounds, which is amazing to do in 22 minutes. But I think something that's also
the ship captain or whatever from the tower,
the helmsman. Yeah, they had to save like the helmsman. But the other thing that I wanted to say is they make it to the Eye of the Storm, and Zuko realizes that Iroh was right, and so they should have, gone the other direction to run out the storm. And he just simply says, "I'm sorry," and Iroh goes, "Apology accepted," and leaves it at that. And that is such a stark change from the way that he interacted with his father during the Agni Kai. Like he was on his knees, begging for forgiveness, trying to offer anything that his father would take and just forgive him. And what did he get out of it was a scar. And then several years later, he's made a mistake. He almost killed his whole crew, his uncle, and he just says, "I'm sorry," and Iroh accepts it at that. And how beautiful is that?
So beautiful.
Like, talk about some tearing moments. I'm not going to, but other people might. I think that it just shows like Iroh and Zuko's relationship. Like, it doesn't matter what Zuko does, Iroh is going to accept him and forgive him and be like, "You can do better, and I know you can do better." And that's just...
We all need an Iroh like that in our lives.
We really do. Anyways, moving on to the fan theories.
Yes, back to the popcorn. And yes, I do eat my popcorn weirdly. It's because my computer's germy. So we're just going to do it the COVID safe way.
You just started eating it like that, and I was just like, that's normal.
You know it, yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. That or a spoon.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's normal for Katie.
You should see the way that
I think I've eaten a bowl of popcorn exactly like that before.
Oh, yeah. See, I go far. I do cheese quesadillas. I do...
Watching her eat a quesadilla is an experience.
It's sad.
But good video idea, Katie.
Yeah, I could. No, that and the way I eat mozzarella sticks, because I almost had a classmate like stab me because of the way I ate one of the string cheese sticks.
Do you just take a bite out of it?
Yeah. Same with the Kit Kats. Just for it.
Oh no, not the Kit Kats.
Oh no.
Oh,
that one actually.
That is like Brandi's favorite candy.
No.
I'm weird. And Great Merman agrees. Now there's Katie Normal and Katie Weird and Katie Unusual.
But all of them are Katie.
Yes, and that's the key point. Oh, gosh. All right, so fan theory time.
Fan theory time. All right. So
we should have like a little intro just for that. Just
maybe I'll make like a sign
maybe
or
an
something.
Infographic.
There we go.
Infographic. Girl, you know how busy I am during the week. Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
I offer my services.
There we go.
All right. You make it. I'll animate it. There we go. Anyways, so this fan theory has to deal with why Ozai banished Zuko. Okay. And it wasn't just because he outspoke. So the reason this fan theory, in a nutshell, is basically saying that Ozai was looking for a way to get rid of Zuko so that Azula can become the next Fire Lord. Like, Ozai for years has just been looking for ways to off his son Like, again, I wish you had watched Zuko alone.
We'll bring Coco back for Zuko alone, and then we can recap.
Yes, but anyways, in that series, you kind of in that episode, you learn kind of more about the dynamic between Ozai and Zuko. And so this theory basically is just building upon that idea, and how Ozai has always thought that Zuko was weak, and obviously in comparison to Azula, he isn't as great as a firebender, not going to be what the leader of the nation needs to continue the war. Like, I think Ozai was kind of picking up on the way that he was connecting with Iroh and being like, if he becomes the next Fire Lord, will we win the war? Will the war continue? Like, will all this be for nothing? So he was trying to like protect that a bit. And yeah, that's kind of
I wholeheartedly accept that.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that when Zuko went into the room and went to defend the people, I mean, to the Fire Lord, that's probably like instantly like, you just don't have it in you, do you, to be the cutthroat son like once, yes. Like, all my days. So it's like, you need to go.
Mm-hmm. You can't see it in this picture, but he's giggling like, "Oh, now's my chance."
Yeah, like he was just like this.
He's over here like,
this is the opportunity. And another thing was that like, was Zuko speaking out of turn really worth the banishment? Plus, like, he was given like the only way to return is to go find the Avatar, which for 100 years was thought to be impossible. So, like, it was such a serious and over the top punishment for a kid speaking out of turn, that the theory is just like, well, he was looking for a way to get rid of him because he was trying to do what was best for his nation. The only thing that like, the one thing that's like stopping me from being like, yes, this is totally headcanon, is like, obviously the Fire Lord has the power to pick, like, renounce somebody's birthright, because that's again, I wish you'd watch Zuko. Anywho, you kind of see that the Fire Lord like has that power. So like, why didn't he just revoke Zuko's birthright? Why not just give it to Azula? Was he planning to do that? You know, who knows?
Maybe he just
killed him eventually.
Yeah, or maybe he just like, oh great, I get to show my power to my people. I mean, you normally find people like the Fire Lord, even though I still don't really know much about him, but anyone in a high position who has a lack of compassion and needs to show the people I'm serious, usually, like, if there's a chance to show the people I mean business, they're going to take it. Yeah. They're like, oh my days, my son just screwed up. Ha! I have an opportunity to show how mean I am.
Yeah.
Peasants, get my armbands. We're going to look sexy tonight.
So that's why I find that theory believable, because I'm like, well, it fits in with the general like big bad guy who's really evil. Doesn't
I feel like it was just like, oh, watch me flex.
Yeah, practically. like I said, you find most bad guys like to be
over the top, dramatic.
Yeah, over the top, like, look at me, I'm so powerful, you're doomed.
Yes. Yeah.
And perhaps maybe he was just choosing to like make an example. Like, if you were to speak up against like me or anyone in my court, like if I'm willing to do that to my own son,
no one's safe.
Believe that I would be doing it to you. So maybe it was just like another way to kind of solidify his leadership, because again, like the way that he becomes Fire Lord.
It's happened in history as well, where like family members who are ruling stab each other in the back if there's an opportunity. So you usually find anyone who's lacking compassion, they'll do whatever it takes to solidify their rule. So it makes sense.
Shall we toss it to the comments section? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Ozai would already kind of submit himself as kind of like a cutthroat leader to like the generals and stuff of like, don't talk out. I don't know if this was necessarily him making an example.
No, I'm not saying like to the generals, but like to maybe some more of the noblemen or governors or, you know,
people who bought tickets.
Yeah.
Like when the Fire Lord sends you a ticket to an Agni Kai in the mail, you kind of feel like that's a message.
Or like, you know, even to like the rest of his nation or even into the colonies.
Mm-hmm. And Louisa Sparrow says he thinks Zuko is weak. I think it's a warped way of get stronger or don't come back. Could be, yeah. I think it all warps together into some twisted firebending brain of his. So,
yeah.
But yes, comment section. Do you think this is an acceptable headcanon or do you refute it? I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of accepts. Because that is a brilliant one. Are there more?
Well, I have another one, but I don't know if I can explain it without ruining it.
We can bring it back.
We'll just bring it back.
We'll bring it back. And speaking of bringing it back, you know, you got that picture of Ozai just hardcore walking up and just, you know, terrifying, absolutely terrifying Zuko. But then you get this fan art, which is incredible. I'm going to try and, there we go. You have Zuko at the Agni Kai, and you look in his eye.
Oh, wow.
Chills. Bree found this.
I'm sorry. This just reminded me of another fan theory.
Yes. Do
okay.
it.
On the spot fan theory.
You can you can continue that thought if you want.
Oh no, it's just that's a terrifying thing to have right before your eye. Is your father with a fistful of fire coming right at you?
Yeah. Do we have a picture of Zuko with his scar?
Yes, we do. Click. Well, we have special pictures with Zuko and his scar, but I'm gonna find you one. I'm gonna find you a decent one.
I
mean, like, what? You could still put that one up because that's funny.
Yeah. It is quite. It will be appearing. Is this suitable, or shall I go to the?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So this fan theory, is obviously we all know how Zuko got his scar, but this fan theory says that Ozai actually had a flame in his hand and then held his hand on Zuko's face for an extended period of time instead of just like, because I think as a kid, like I always just thought that it was like, oh, he like
a blast,
made a fireball and like it hit him. But like this theory is that the flame was completely on his hand and he held it there so that it would make a deeper burn and a larger burn and just like
you also hear Zuko scream for a long time. So.
Exactly.
Gosh,
and so
dang
like
it, Brandi.
that image show, guys.
Wow. Exactly, but like, can you imagine like sitting there and in the audience and just like this guy's just like holding his hand?
Imagine they had that in one episode and like most of this is PG and then that one episode is like 15 or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's a cutoff here. All of a sudden you start hearing the F-bomb being dropped all over.
I just thought of something really bad and just like
yes,
I would not want to have front row seats because then you're just gonna smell burning flesh.
Oh. True. I feel like that's like a smell.
Yeah. Well, Azula, where's the picture? She's probably just like, yes, perfume.
She's probably just over here like smells like breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the Doctor Who episode where they're on that spaceship and the clockwork droids?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And Rose is like, smells like someone's cooking, and then later down the line, the doctor's like, "What did you say?" Smells like someone's cooking. You're like, ah!
Yes. Oh, Doctor Who is so good.
Ever since I've seen that, is that Tennant or Eccleston?
Tennant.
Okay.
Very early Tennant. That's first season Tennant. That's like the third or fourth episode. Oh, I love that episode. That was a good episode.
There's another series that'll.
Yeah,
there you go.
Clockwork Droids, man. Yes, the Girl in the Fireplace.
And also, accepted. Oh, so yes. I definitely accept the idea that's hand-shaped scar if you look at it.
Yeah.
And the burn, like the palm is where the more energy comes from, and it's like right. Gosh dang it. I don't want to believe it, but it's definitely
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since like it is darker around the middle. So if you like, obviously that's probably where the palm was. And that's
Once
pressure.
the official Avatar podcast with that they're doing,
yes,
and they do the creators in for the show, maybe we'll figure out if that's actually true or not behind the reason of the scar.
I'm going to write it in the questions for creators portion of this journal, because one of these days I might run into them and I will throw this book at them and say, answer these.
Take it.
But first, come on to my podcast.
Yes, first
Katie's
off,
volume of answers, volume 1.
oh my gosh, yes. No, there's how can Katara open doors? Why does Iroh decide to escape in episode 7? Why was Zhao on the blockade? Like, there's questions. There's questions. And now did the Fire Lord hold his hand over Zuko's face to burn him? So delightful. Is there anything else?
I might need to highlight Louise's comment though.
Where is it? Did I miss it? Also, Rapunzel says, check my Facebook.
Yeah, that one.
That one? Okay. Fair point. That could be dangerous. I'll have to ask a dermatologist and be like, hey, so if someone were to like hold a flaming hand, would that burn through the skin to your eye?
And they would be
Just
like, why are
asking
you
for a
asking?
friend.
Why are you asking? What you been doing?
Arrest her.
Yeah, it's not like,
that's how you get some follow-up calls, Katie.
It's oh my god.
Is it? I missed something.
Rapunzel. Okay, we're gonna pull this up.
Oh my.
My gosh, Rapunzel.
I'm very scared too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, where is it? Where are you? We are going to full screen you. Good lord. Also, I don't know why my camera decided to wig out, but you don't have to look at me. You have to look at this. Click, click.
Oh,
click.
the suspense is killing me. I'm dead. Oh gosh. You've done it again.
Oh, okay, wait, Rapunzel. The one that he's holding, he's in yellow. Looks like aim. Can we add an arrow?
Gosh.
I'm so sorry to ask this of you last minute. But can we get an arrow on that one?
Can we just talk about
Otherwise,
it's beautiful. Cut out?
I'm saving this.
Cut out his hand. This is
Oh
fantastic.
This is
Thank you so much.
beautiful.
Brilliant.
It's quick and messy.
No, that adds to it. Completely adds
It
to
really
it.
does.
Oh,
Like,
we're gonna hardcore. We're gonna take
Put
this.
this in the
we're
Hall
gonna
of Fame.
edit.
Rapunzel,
Okay.
if you have a Reddit account and you are part of, and you follow the Avatar Reddit, post this, no context.
Oh gosh, it's awful.
See what people say.
Awful. I gotta zoom in. Yes,
Yeah, but
no,
like post it, no
this.
context. No context.
No
There we go.
context, just this
Just
image.
boop.
We're gonna draw that in. Oh, I can't. Okay, fine. We're gonna do it with a pen. We're just gonna. Oh well, now that's not. We're gonna. This is why we hire these jobs out.
Yeah, but
We're
no,
gonna
make the. All right. Oh,
That didn't work at all.
it kind of looks like the first Airbender tattoos that we see in Legends of Korra.
We'll just
Oh
put
yeah, those are really pretty.
boop, boop.
Boop.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm gonna save those changes. There we go. We're saving it.
It looks like it's a little blue mohawk.
He has been. There we go.
Or he's been blessed by Rafiki.
Yeah. Yes. Aang. Oh my gosh, we just fell off the cliff. To forget about a side
We were
track.
on a
That was
cliff beforehand.
No, I think we've just been perpetually free falling.
I was going to say we've just been perpetually falling for at least.
Oh
hour.
yeah. Love it. Oh my gosh, Rapunzel, bless you. This is incredible. I'm going to cherish this forever.
Beautiful.
Katie, you might have to send me both versions.
Oh, I will.
Thank
I
you.
will. These will be posted on our Twitter page for anyone who wants them. Brandi, I forgot to give you the.
That's okay.
I'm gonna.
No. Like, you're fine. Like, I mean, obviously, we've been talking about the open for like weeks now, and I haven't done it, so
We're just gonna.
it's
Okay.
fine.
I just stuck a note to myself, so I'm not gonna forget. Because I keep forgetting this. But yeah, so now that where were we? I forgot.
I have no idea.
We were looking
I think
at
we were
fan
something
art.
fan theories.
There we go.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think we might be able to just leave it on the Cabbage Patch.
Honestly, that is
That's the end of the
glorious.
show, guys.
There's
Thanks so
nowhere to
much
go
for
after.
coming.
There's beauty and then there's beauty. This is beautiful. What Rapunzel did was beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. If anyone ever raids my computer, they're going to be so confused. There's just going to be all these Avatar fan art things, and then this is my background. So this is a lovely one. If you want to find out more, minus, there we go. If you want to find out more, you can get it on Avatar Fangs. This was by @tadpole_art. So got to give the artist the credit, because I cannot do that kind of art, and they did, so clap, clap, clap. One thing I could do, though, is this. These are some ideas, is if the Agni Kai didn't happen. And, it didn't load. It loaded the one that if it happened twice. There we go. So if the Agni Kai hadn't happened, we would have a pretty bland Zuko. Like,
yeah, that face, though.
it's just,
Pyro in the background with his monkey.
Like, no, he's just
He's
a brooding But, typical teenager look.
That's a good segue for the next podcast, because don't we see that handsome monkey next episode?
I think we do. We also get to talk about Miyuki.
I think we see the handsome monkey next.
Oh wait, no, that's the episode after the next one, because the Blue Spirit's the next one.
We do see it at the end. Yep. Took me a moment. I got you.
So we had Scarless Zuko. I present to you Double Scarred Zuko.
That ponytail, though. The double ponytail.
I think this is the kind of editing I'm capable of.
Cover up one scar, the double ponytail, not that bad. Double ponytail, 2 scars, is bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what he looks like as well? Like from The Witcher, whenever it, like, he goes, That's what he looks like he's saying.
Oh my gosh.
Also, you can tell that they didn't just like take half of the image, duplicate it, and then flip it, because like the shadowing at the top of the head isn't matched.
What kind of they keep part of the
They keep the shadowing over the scar.
Oh, this is a cursed yet blessed image. So
This is blurst for sure.
Blurst.
Blurst.
Officially a blurst image.
I kind of want to see him normal with the 2 ponytails.
Oh, that could happen. We have people who can edit. So, but that, I think, you know what, that's a good point to end on. Although I have to pull this up one more time, just because of how amazing this
magical.
It's so good.
Brilliant. Beautiful.
I love it.
Well, that's it for us, guys. Thank you for everyone who joined. Coco, thank you for being on here. Bree and Brandi, you guys are great. This it wouldn't be the same without any of you. Oh, you guys are welcome back anytime. Literally anytime. And William, Rapunzel, you already know we thank you, Rapunzel, but thank you guys again. Louise X Sparrow, we got the Great Merman. Let's scroll back through very quickly. We got William. I think I already mentioned him. We got Mr. Miles. We have the Nerdy Viking. There we go. Already popping on there. And we had Kai. We had Elisa. We had Shadowcat, who I hope I didn't scare away. And hopefully everyone will be back again next week when we talk about a very fun episode in the Blue Spirit. It's Blue Spirit, right?
It's a Blue Spirit.
Yeah.
It's a Blue Spirit.
Okay. I'm not crazy. But yes, thank you guys.
Not entirely, no.
Thank you. Yeah, well, there's different levels of crazy. I'm on a decent level. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, we'll see you again next week. Bye. Click the end broadcast, not the leave broadcast. Almost screwed it.